So interviews are never casual. Interviews should never be looked at as an informal, casual experience. Some of the biggest mistakes I'm seeing right now is that people have gotten into this idea, this thought process, that interviews are kind of a casual thing. And I know where this came from. This came from COVID. When COVID hit, interviews went from a live platform to a virtual platform. And when it went to the virtual platform, there must be this misconception that the virtual interview is now more casual because you're taking it from home and the other person's taking it from home. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. Some of the biggest mistakes I'm seeing right now in interviews is people are messing up because they're not taking it seriously enough. They're taking it as more of a casual thing and they're making a bad impression. So I want to talk to you a little bit about why and how you can use this information to your advantage and how you can avoid the mistake of looking casual in the interview process. Well, first and foremost, the one thing is, guys, interviews require that you are either on time or early. You're never late, because if you're late, that just shows that you're not taking it seriously enough. Now, let's just say there's a very good reason why you're late, whether it's for a live interview or a virtual interview. I would first of all apologize. I had someone interview recently that was 10 minutes late on a Zoom interview and just joined like, okay, I'm here now. Like, didn't even apologize. You know, literally they just told them the interview was over. If there is a reason why you may be a little late, explain it, apologize, move on, but definitely acknowledge it. My advice is never be late on an interview, whether it's live or virtual. Number two, your appearance must be professional. And I'm going to take this one step further and say that I'm not just talking about your physical appearance and how you dress. I'm also talking about if you're on a virtual or a Zoom interview. You need to stage the background. You need to make sure that you eliminate any distractions, noises, kids, pets, dogs barking. You need to make sure that the appearance of your dress and your background have been taken into consideration. A lot of people mess this up. They show up for interviews, they're not dressed properly, they're totally casual, they're wearing golf shirts. There's kids in the background, there's cats walking across the screen. Obviously, if you're live, it's a little bit of a different story. Show up, wear your best suit, whether you're male or female, look your best, be your best, get there early. Simple stuff. But when it's virtual, a lot of people, for whatever reason, take this whole casual route and it never looks good. Number three, interviews require extensive preparation and practice. I talk about this all the time on this platform, in my book. I know that I included it seems like I include it in almost every conversation as it relates to interviewing. The reason I keep talking about it though, guys, is because people don't put enough time into preparation and planning and practice. So I'm mentioning it again because I think people are way too casual about how they prepare for an interview. And what I mean by that is you're just not taking enough time. It requires hours of preparation, not just 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You should be planning a week in advance, or at least days in advance. Use the weekend, put in 3 or 4 hours on a Saturday or on a Sunday. Maybe it's 2 hours here, 2 hours there, but it needs to be extensive preparation and practice. And number four, one of the things that's really important to make sure that you come across as professional is that you want to remain positive. When you start to go negative and have this negative persona, you talk about your prior or current employer in a negative light, or if you have negative things to say, it makes the conversation seem less professional. Is it casual? I don't know if maybe that's a stretch, but it's less professional. Always be positive, take a positive spin, take the high road. It's going to make you way more professional. And then the fifth thing that's really important to keep in mind is that you need to have good questions prepared in advance to ask the hiring manager or people on the hiring team. If you don't have good questions prepared in advance, it's going to make it seem like you're not taking it seriously, or you're casually looking, you're kicking tires, you're not genuinely interested. And that's a mistake. This is a bad impression. Essentially, by being casual, you're just giving the wrong impression. Plain and simple. So getting back, always make sure you are on time or early. Mind your appearance, both the way you look and the way your virtual environment is staged. Extensive preparation and practice prior to the interview. Stay positive at all times and prepare good questions. If you could do those 5 things, that will prevent you from looking casual on an interview. It'll make you be more professional, and it might just be that tiny little factor that helps you win that job offer against the other person or the other couple of people that are interviewing for the position. These are just subtle but very important tips. If you got a lot out of this, please like this, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was helpful.